These images have changed everything. For the first time in over 50 years, humans traveled to the moon. This wasn't a simulation or a test. Real astronauts flew in a real spacecraft to the moon, and they brought cameras. NASA just released the first images from Artemis 2's historic lunar flyby. I've been looking at each one and I can't stop staring at them. In this video, we will review all of them together. We'll explore what they show, why they are important, and why some of these photos will be remembered in human history. The first images show the Orion capsule approaching the moon. You can already sense the magnitude of this crew's achievement. During the flyby, Artemis 2 reached about 4,000 miles above the lunar surface. This made these 4 astronauts the furthest humans from Earth in history. The previous record had been in place since 1968, held by the Apollo 8 crew for over 50 years. Artemis 2 shattered that record. One image from this sequence always catches my attention. The moon fills the frame, close, ancient, and scarred. And in the background, almost impossibly small, is Earth. Half-lit, it hangs in the black of space. A crescent hides behind the moon, as if it does not want to be seen. 3 worlds in one photograph. Now we reach the most breathtaking images of the entire mission. As the crew finished their flyby, they witnessed something very few humans have ever seen: a total solar eclipse from lunar orbit. The moon completely blocked the sun, but unlike the few minutes of totality we experience on Earth, this eclipse lasted 54 minutes, nearly a full hour of darkness. Because at that distance, the moon was large enough to cover the sun entirely for an extraordinary amount of time. The main image from this eclipse sequence is unlike anything I have seen before. The full dark disk of the moon sits in the center of the frame, completely hiding the sun. However, on the left edge of the moon, there is a faint glow, a soft light that is not coming from the sun at all. That's Earthshine. Sunlight reflecting off Earth, traveling through space, and gently illuminating the moon's face. It shows you exactly where Earth is, just out of view, even though you can't see it. It's one of the most quietly beautiful things I have ever seen in a space photograph. Look further into the image, and you will see planets. Saturn, Mars, and Mercury are visible in the lower right, lined up in the darkness behind the moon. Stars are also visible, made possible because the eclipse darkened the scene enough that the camera needed a long exposure to capture them. That same exposure pulled in starlight from across the galaxy. As totality ended and the sun began to emerge from behind the lunar edge, one image captured something extraordinary. The moon's horizon is not smooth, it is jagged and dramatic, with mountains and crater rims silhouetted against the returning sunlight, revealing the true ruggedness of a world that has been absorbing impacts for 4 billion years. Now let's get close to the surface. The detailed lunar images from this flyby are scientifically amazing. The moon does not weather or erode. Every crater, every scar, and every ancient impact remains exactly where it landed billions of years ago. These images make that clear in stunning detail.
One image focuses on the Oriental Basin, one of the moon's youngest and best preserved large impact craters. You can clearly see the rings left by the original impact, and surrounding it are hundreds of smaller craters covering every inch of the surface. Other images show bright rays shooting outward from impact sites, dark ancient lava plains contrasting with pale highlands, and mountains casting long shadows across crater floors. But the most important moment of this entire mission was not about geology. Just before the flyby, the crew shared a message. They found 2 small, unnamed craters near the boundary between the moon's near and far sides. This location is special because it can sometimes be seen from Earth, and they wanted to name it. One crater was named Integrity after their Orion capsule. The other was named Carol after Commander Reed Wiseman's late wife. When those words were spoken, hundreds of thousands of kilometers from Earth, everyone listening went completely silent. Carol Crater is now on the moon, permanently. If you want to find it, look just northwest of the Glushko crater. Take a moment when you do. That one means something far beyond science. Some of the most stunning images from this mission show the Earth and Moon together in the same frame. They belong alongside the greatest space photographs ever taken, Apollo 8's Earthrise and Apollo 17's Blue Marble. Artemis 2 adds its own. The Earthset image is my personal favorite from this collection. A crescent Earth, soft blue and wrapped in white clouds, slowly disappears behind the cratered lunar horizon. The dark side of Earth is at night, while the lit side shows swirling storms over Australia and Oceania. It's gorgeous, humbling, and a little heartbreaking all at once. One of these Earth and Moon images was taken just 3 minutes before the crew passed behind the Moon, losing all contact with Earth for 40 minutes. No radio signal can travel through the Moon. For 40 minutes, they were completely unreachable, further from any human contact than any people in the history of our species. Then, as they emerged on the other side, an Earthrise welcomed them. Our planet, a glowing crescent rising above the dark silhouette of the lunar horizon. 3 of the crew looked back at Earth through the window, while Commander Reed Wiseman looked at the Moon. Artemis 2 is now heading home, but what we have seen is just the beginning. The crew captured much more than can be transmitted back in real time. The full collection of images and video from this mission will continue to be released in the coming days, weeks, and possibly months. A link to the full high-resolution gallery is in the description. New images are being added constantly, and by the time you watch this, there will almost certainly be more waiting for you. We are living through a moment that belongs in history books. Humans traveled back to the Moon. They went further from Earth than anyone ever has. They named craters after people they loved. They photographed a solar eclipse that lasted nearly an hour. They watched Earth rise and set over the lunar horizon. And they brought it all back home for us to see. Subscribe if you want to explore every image and every discovery together as this mission continues. Until next time, stay curious. I'll see you soon.